are live at Destination doing a product photo shoot. So it is Wednesday. So I will give you guys a little sneak peek. We have Nick, Liliana, we have Christina, Constantine, and Mackenzie.
Stop wherever your eyes were.
That's it. I was just gonna say that wherever your eyes are, no matter what it is, that's what you're focused on.
Shorts that like
Let's go full body one first. If you're getting like this like that, you're looking out this way.
Corner. Hello, corner. Say hi, Mackenzie. Hey.
You want some sales? Get away from my board. Get away from my face.
Okay, we are back. It's been a minute. I swore I was gonna be better at this, but honestly, life has just been a lot lately. Life has been lifing, and we're still in the thick of it with prep. So it just hasn't been super high priority for me to be recording stuff. I was actually pretty sick. It was just a cold, but like, the congestion was so bad, and like honestly it started to come on as like a sore throat, and I started taking medicine just because I didn't want to get sick. And I was still probably, I mean, I'm still a little bit congested, but it's so much better than it was, and it's been getting better and better each day. But that's been about a week and a half, and so I did not get to practice last weekend. I went to practice my routine, and I was so congested that like there was no productivity in it. And then I knew I was just running the risk of like hurting myself because I wasn't able to get the oxygen that I needed to do the skills. And like when you're on a diet, like I just knew that rest was going to be better than pushing myself. So I still just checked the boxes with training and all of those things. So I started getting sick. It was last Thursday, which was also the day that I went for my tattoo appointment. I have Atlas now on my arm. It's healing up pretty nicely. So just a quick recap of just where everything's been. I feel like right now I'm playing catch up with routine, which I don't mind. Like the routine choreography is mainly done. Now it's just going to be making tweaks and getting my endurance where it needs to be. So this weekend I wasn't trying to overdo it. I'm still a little bit congested. I practiced Saturday on the soft floor, today, Sunday at LA Fitness here on the hard floor. And really the goal was just to get it down into 3 sections, make sure that it was clean. There's still some tweaks in the beginning in my opening that I like the tweaks, but when I'm practicing it, it's just not flowing quite yet. But we got it done in 3 sections. That was the goal, to do it on the soft floor, to do it on the hard floor. This upcoming week, I'm gonna practice midweek and just move towards getting it down into 2 sections so that next week when I'm practicing 2 sections, I can do a little bit of an overlap. So my routine, I think the track is like 145. So really the goal for this upcoming weekend is gonna be 2 sections, but doing it in probably like the first minute and 5 and then the last minute and 5. So I'm overlapping that middle section, which is where a lot of my hard skills are. And then it's just gonna be start playing add-on, doing the first minute and 15, doing the second minute and 15, and just continuing to do that until I'm hoping 3-4 weeks out, I'm at least running it full out. It doesn't need to be clean, but run it full out and then go back to practicing the section so that it gets clean. That's the goal for routine. My physique, my weight has not been moving. I will say the composition's coming along. I feel like my body definitely has turned a corner. Like I now look like I'm in prep, but I need my weight to move. I think this morning I was still like 132 pounds. So it's about 7 weeks away, and I think I'm about 8 pounds from peak week weight. So it's definitely doable, but it's gonna take some suffering, and we're gonna get it done. I'm not worried. The sickness is gonna be behind me. I know that with all of the stress in my life and then also just taking medicine, my body's just holding water as well. So I basically just stayed low through being sick. Today I'm gonna have a high day, and then it's just gonna be time to dig back down. I'm going to stay on top of my recovery as much as I can, because I know that's going to be a huge thing with how much I'm going to need to really push these next 6 weeks before peak week. I can't believe that, 6 weeks until peak week, that seems crazy. So that's where kind of the physique is at. We did increase my cardio this last week as well. So right now I have, I want to say 5 times 30 minutes, 35 minutes fasted in the morning. And then I have 3 post-workout sessions for 12 minutes on the stairs. And then we're doing 3 HIIT sessions for 15 minutes. So all very doable. I checked in with Justin this morning, so we'll see if there's any tweaks. And then right now we're doing a low day diet, high day diet. It's, 4 low days and then a high day. I had mentioned just with being sick, I just stayed low. And that was just because when I take medicine, I don't have much of an appetite. I knew my output was lower. And for me, I couldn't get myself to eat more with being sick. So that's where all of that is at. We're waiting on my last costume pieces, not too concerned about that. And it's really just going to be a catch-up game this next week or 2. And then I feel like if I can just play a little bit of catch-up in these 2 weeks, then we'll be right on track to just continue to kind of coast, because the prep was going very, very good. This is a little setback. You have setbacks one way or another. Last prep, I had a lot of injuries, and it just, I think I said it last year, fall in love with the pivot as much as the plan. You can have a plan as much as you want, but you're going to have obstacles, you're going to have things to overcome. So being able to just pivot when your plan doesn't go as you are intending, and then you create another plan, and hopefully your plan still works. You just have to make tweaks, and it's not starting over from scratch every time. Last year with the injuries, I felt like I was starting over from scratch with my routine. There were so many things I had to change when I was getting the really bad tendonitis flare-ups in my arms. I couldn't even drive my car. I couldn't open a microwave. So doing skill work was extremely hard. Right now, it's just getting rid of body fat and getting my endurance up. Those are things that I think are a lot more manageable. Part of that is going to be keeping my stress down. So I did go ahead and implement a cortisol supplement, because stress is something only the athlete can control. So for me, it's going to be staying on top of my recovery and, implementing this supplement as I need, and focusing highly on sleep so that I can just regulate my nervous system and keep moving forward. I also renewed my personal training certification for my online coaching, so I had to go to a testing center. I had been studying for that. I got that done on, I think it was Tuesday I did that. And then, yeah, I'm scheduled to start my next American College class, I believe in February, and it's going to be my last class for this certification. It will start before the Arnold's, but I'll just be in the coursework. I won't need to be like studying super hardcore, so I'm not super worried about that. Everything's done for the Arnold US. I still need to book everything for Arnold UK, but I really need to get that going because I've been dragging my feet. But just focusing on everything that I can control. I got some decent routine work today. I stopped when my elbow was kind of starting to bother me, just because now I have enough to kind of work with, to watch, so I know what I want to tweak. I'm gonna probably try to practice Wednesday. And then moving forward, it's just gonna be like all eyes on the Arnold. I just never felt behind. I felt behind, I guess, in different ways going into last year, but these are all things that I can control. So I want to, now that my first American College class is done, we went on vacation, that's done, the personal training certification, that's done, tattoo is done, I'll start my next class, but it won't be in the thick of anything through the Arnold's. And yeah, just focus on the things I can control, one thing at a time. There's no rush to do anything. And the rest of the day, I'm going to sit in the sauna for a little bit here, and then I have 40 minutes of cardio. I'm gonna just knock it out on the stairs, find something to watch on YouTube, and go from there. And that's kind of where everything's at. I will still include my most recent check-ins. Again, I'm happy with the look, but I just need the weight to start coming down. I think on stage at Olympia I was like 122. I'm gonna look back. I think heading into peak week I was 124-ish. So if we're right at 124, 125 heading into peak week, I'll be pretty happy. It's not a ton of weight to lose, but for me it's just getting my weight to move, and once it starts moving, it will start moving. That's the name of the game. Go slow to go fast. I am implementing some peptides, so those things will help as well. And I cannot believe it's in, I think, 47 days. But thank you guys for your patience. I will continue to say I will get better at this, but there are no promises. Like I said, life has been lifing, and I will just do my best to bring you guys along.